From the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you into NCAA Division II women's basketball coverage on the ECC network. In today's non-conference matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins take on the Warriors of East Stroudsburg University. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, alongside my broadcast partner, Nicholas Pavona, and this is the McDonald's pregame show. McDonald's, our scoreboard sponsor here at the College of Staten Island, bringing you our pregame coverage each and every CSI Dolphins home game. And Nick, the Dolphins had their 3-game win streak snapped last time out on Tuesday against Dominican University. They will look to bounce back and get back into the win column for the first time in program history against East Stroudsburg.
Yeah, and Joe, if you look back into that game that happened this past Tuesday, it was when we talked about at the end of the game. We said to ourselves, if the biggest concern for CSI coming out of that game was inconsistent shooting, that's something that you can easily fix going into a game like this tonight. Now, on the other side of things, you are facing a very formidable opponent in the Warriors. They have a 1,000-point career score as well, so that's someone that the Dolphins are going to have to contend with in this game here tonight. But if CSI is able to get back to their shooting ways in this game, it'll be a great chance for them to come back and get back into the win column with a win over the Warriors here today. Their first win over this East Stroudsburg team, potentially.
And speaking of 1,000-point scores, Jenelise Alarcon will be recognized with the presentation of a 1,000-point ball ahead of today's tip-off, so be sure to stay right here for that. Today is also Pediatric Cancer Awareness Day, as the Dolphins and Warriors have partnered with the Go for the Goal Foundation. Both teams will be wearing yellow laces during today's game in support of Go for the Goal. That is Go and the number 4, the Goal, the organization the Dolphins are partnering with today. For more information and to purchase your own pair of yellow laces, visit go4thegoal.org. Link to that website can also be found in today's game day article. But for now, we'll turn it over to public address for the introduction of the two teams and the presentation of Jenelise Alarcon's 1,000-point ball.
On the campus of the College of Staten Island for today's NCAA Division II women's basketball matchup, featuring the Warriors of East Stroudsburg University and your CSI and the Warriors are both wearing yellow laces today in support of children battling cancer. The unwavering mission of the Go for the Goal Foundation is to improve the lives of children battling cancer by providing financial support, developing and implementing unique hospital programs, funding innovative research, and granting personal wishes. Through their first-hand experience with pediatric cancer and their medical background, Go for the Goal provides the best practices to patients, their families, and the hospitals and staff that care for them. To support our Pediatric Cancer Awareness Day initiative, you can purchase your own pair of yellow laces online at goforthegoal.org. Once again, that's go4thegoal.org. Ahead of today's introductions, we would like to recognize a Dolphin who reached an important career milestone earlier this season. A 4-year member of the program who has been named both Conference Player of the Week and Defensive Player of the Week 3 times to open the season, Jenelise Alarcon also reached 1,000 career points on the road against Bloomfield College on November 13th. She reached this milestone away from the tank, but today we celebrate her achievement here at home. Please welcome to the floor our newest member of the 1,000-point club, number 13, Jenelise Alarcon. Jenelise is being presented with the ball to commemorate her 1,000 points as a Dolphin, as a token for her appreciation and for her contributions to the women's basketball program. Let's have one more round of applause for Jenna Lee Salika. Ladies and gentlemen, before we introduce this afternoon's starting lineups, we please ask for you to rise if you're able to, as we honor the United States of America, as well as those service people around the globe defending our freedom and protecting our way of life with the playing of the national anthem.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we are back from the tank. Joe Foreman rejoining you alongside Nicholas Pavona as starting lineups are being introduced out on the floor. And with the starters being introduced in the tank, it is time for the Jimmy Mac's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria starting lineups. With those lineups, my broadcast partner, Nick Pavona.
All right, Joe, leading it off for East Stroudsburg, number 2, Corin Gill. Number 3, Lacey Cringy. Number 11, Izzy Vogel. Number 23, Bree Draghi. And number 33, Emily Shamil. Shamil, one of the 1,000-point career scorers that I mentioned for this East Stroudsburg team earlier on. For CSI, number 3, Amber Abusbear. Number 4, Kyra Rose. Number 10, Dana Phelan. Number 11, Alexa Kirlo. And number 13, Generalise Alicon, rounding out the starting lineups for both of these squads here today.
All right, thank you, Nick. And we've mentioned it many times already. It has been a tremendous start for the season for Generalise Alicon. She has been the ECC Player of the Week and Defensive Player of the Week in every week of the 2024-2025 season. That being said, she had her first off night earlier in the week. Her and the Dolphins both will be looking to bounce back here this afternoon against an East Stroudsburg team that comes in with a record of 3-2 on the season. East Stroudsburg, in their last game earlier this week, defeated Lincoln University by 12 points. The final score in that one, 74-62. The Dolphins will face the Lions later this season. That being said, Nick, the Warriors have faced some really tough competition so far this year, 2 ranked opponents.
And that last game, Joe, that you mentioned against Lincoln, Shamil and Cringy were the reason why they won that game. They combined for 53 points in that last contest. Cringy scoring a career high 25. Shamil tying her career high with 28 points in that game. So those two players certainly to look out for in this game. Shamil leads this team in points per game, averaging 22 points per game so far on the young season. She's had a phenomenal start to the year for the Warriors. So as I mentioned, the Dolphins definitely have to watch out for her ability down low inside the paint. And you mentioned Jennalise Alarcon. A rough night on Tuesday for her in that game against, overall in that game against Dominican. Let's see how she bounces back here today. And that's for the most part for the Dolphins. How will they bounce back and deal with the adversity they dealt with on Tuesday coming into today's contest?
Well, we mentioned it on Tuesday. It was an off-shooting night for the Dolphins. On the other side, East Stroudsburg comes in shooting at about 43% on the season, and it appears we've lost our camera feed from up top, so we are utilizing our sideline camera. Nick, you take over. I'll head upstairs.
All right, so it's going to be Shamil and Alarcon tipping off. CSI wins the tip, and they will control the first possession of this game. Now, it looks like also we're having an issue with the current time on our scoreboard, so we'll have to fix that as well. Right now with the ball is Alarcon, gives it up to Phelan. Phelan will kick it out to Rose. Rose driving inside, loses the ball. It's picked up by a Boost Bear. The Boost Bear will drive. Kicks it out. Three-pointer for Kierlo. That one's in and out and rebounded. Quick transition here. This is Shamil. And she gets the quick two off the pass from Vogel. So a quick two right there for the Warriors. Phelan shot. Rolls out of the rim, rebounded by Shamil. Joe, as you're fixing our camera, the scoreboard also is not working right now for us. Currently under 9 to go in the quarter. Layup attempt from Cringy rolls out, and a foul is called underneath. That's going to go against East Stroudsburg. It looks like Izzy Vogel was called for the foul. That'll be her first.
Izzy Vogel, her first, and East Stroudsburg's first of the first quarter.
So Vogel called for the foul. First of the quarter for the Warriors. This will be a Boost Bear now bringing up the ball for CSI. Gives up to Alarcon, now gives it up to Phelan. Phelan back to a Boost Bear. That gives it up to Rose. Rose cuts to the basket, kicks it out to Phelan for three. Splash. Dana Phelan gets the Dolphins on the board with that three-pointer. Nice kick-out pass from Rose, puts CSI up one. This is Shamil inside, and she gets another tough basket underneath. This is Rose, cuts to the basket, puts it up. No good, rebounded by Shamil. And she is fouled. Looks like Kierlo was called for the foul underneath. That'll be her first. It's a first foul right there for CSI. As the Warriors inbound it. Vogel underneath, wide open is Shamil once again. And Shamil with a quick 6 points so far in this first quarter for the Warriors. They now lead at 6-3. That was a problem for CSI last game. Their transition defense really hurt them in the loss to the Chargers. That's another three for Phelan. And it's rebounded once again by Shamil. This is Gill. She brings it up. This is now Vogel. Vogel to Gill. Approaching the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter. 6-3 lead for the Warriors. Shot by Vogel off the rim and rebounded by Kierlo. A Boost Bear looking for a quick transition. Kierlo thought about the shot as she travels. So an early turnover right there for CSI. Dolphins last game, they had 19 turnovers. They lost the turnover margin by 3 to the Chargers. They'll try to avoid that once again here today. This is Cringy with the ball. Gives it up to Gill. Gill back to Cringy. Now this is to Shamil. Shamil once again with another tough basket underneath the rim. She has now gotten all 8 points for the Warriors in this first quarter. They now lead at 8-3 with 6:30 to go. This is Rose to Kierlo. Kierlo once again thought about the shot, gives it back up to Rose. Rose drives underneath, loses the ball in transition, and it's stolen by Vogel. Vogel now on the fast break. Brings it up, passes it down low, and it's a nice 2 buckets right there for Draghi. And it's now a 10-3 lead for East Stroudsburg, as they have now gone on an 8-0 run since the Dolphins' first three-pointer of the game. Rose kicks it out to Abousbear. This is now to Kierlo. Back to Abousbear. Abousbear for 3. Off the rim. Ball still loose underneath. And Rose comes down with it. Back to Abousbear underneath the rim. No good. She grabs an offensive rebound. And she's called for a travel. She grabbed the offensive rebound, but while doing so, wanted to go up with another shot and got caught up underneath the rim. So another turnover for CSI. And this will now be Cringy with the ball. To mention, coming off that 25-point performance in their last game against Lincoln. This is Gill. Waited on the pump fake and loses the ball and goes out of bounds. Remains East Stroudsburg ball. At the moment, Joe Foreman trying to fix our scoreboard issue that we are currently dealing with. So for now, no scoreboard on our screen. This is Shamil once again. This time it's no good. Rebounded by Phelan. Rose brings up the ball, kicks it down low to Alicon. This out to Phelan. Phelan with the pump fake. Now shoots the long 2 and makes it to go. So Dana Phelan fooled them all with that 3-point shot. Goes for the long range 2. Puts the Dolphins back within 5. This is Gill. Down low to Shamil. Shamil loses the ball. It's still loose. Picked up by Alarcon. And we're going to have a jump ball. So jump ball on the play will remain in possession of the Warriors. And we have a timeout on the floor. Looks like a immediate timeout. Here with 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter, as the Warriors lead this one 10-5.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dining order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Five minutes to go here in the first quarter. 10-5 lead for East Stroudsburg, as the Warriors have an early advantage in this game, and I'm rejoined by my broadcast partner, Joe Foreman.
Thank you, Nick. And everything was working beautifully until we were about to tip off. Then we lost the camera. We lost our scoreboard. And the Dolphins fall behind by 2 more here, as that bank shot is good by Bree Draghi.
So far, Joe, an early good start for East Stroudsburg. Shamil with 8 of the 12 points for the Warriors. Dolphins, all 5 of their points off of Dana Phelan.
Well, you highlighted Shamil during the pregame and her career scoring accolades as Alarcon looks to drive. And Alarcon traveled.
It's now the third turnover of this first quarter for CSI. Once again via the travel.
And you mentioned Dana Phelan with all 5 Dolphin points. We've seen her get off to a couple of good starts in recent games here at home. Dolphins early in games have relied on her outside shooting to really spark this offense. Jumper on the way. That is no good by Vogel. And Phelan pushes it up ahead to Rose. Rose double team finds Alarcon. Abu Spair for Haggett. No good from 3. And Phelan has the rebound.
Tough rebound right there from Phelan.
Abu Spair thought about the 3. This is Haggett. Her pass tipped as she tried to feed Alarcon.
And we saw that last game, Joe, on Tuesday. The Dolphins were having a really tough time trying to get points inside of the paint against Dominican. So trying to go back to what they're usually known to, accustomed to be for their strength of this team. But that pass got tipped in on the way to Alarcon.
This is Phelan now, and she dribbled it off her leg, got tripped up, and Alarcon was fouled trying to pass it back out to the perimeter.
Foul on the 23, Bree Drake, her first, and East Stroudsburg's second of the first.
Drakey picked up the personal. That is Bree Drakey who picked up that foul. Dolphins will inbound from the baseline. This is Abu Spair reeling it in. Now Rose, top of the arc, looking inside. Abu Spair off the crossover, finds Alarcon open. Off the mark from the corner, and the rebound goes to East Stroudsburg. Kringy not on the same page there with Draghi on the perimeter, and that's turnover.
And we saw in that last game, Joe, the turnover margin was not that far up between Dominican and CSI. The really big difference of that game came down to Dominican just had a lot of good transition offense, and that was a big problem for CSI in that game. And early on in this game, that was a huge issue as well.
Haggett now back to the basket, finds a cutting Alarcon, and she draws the foul.
That's one on Jessica Poland.
Foul on the 15, Jessica Poland. Her first, and East Stroudsburg's third of the first.
Poland picks up her first, the team's third, and that will send Alarcon to the line. And her first free throw is short. Second free throw is good, and the Dolphins pull to within 6.
Early on, Dolphins looking for more production out of their starting lineup and with some of their key bench pieces. That was the first point by someone other on the Dolphins roster than Dana Phelan.
20 on the shot clock for East Stroudsburg. Draghi bounce pass, and that shot was rejected by Weesey. Siggins had that one sent back as the Dolphins turn it over in transition. And Haggett tips the pass, steals it back. Alarcon all alone, and she lays it in for 2.
How about that for CSI, Joe? Forcing 2 turnovers on that entire sequence. And the last one coming off of that pass, and an easy 2 for Alarcon to put them now within 4.
Dolphins battling back nicely from a slow start, and Haggett commits the foul in the attempt by Siggins.
Second look at that last turnover forced by CSI, leading to the fast break layup for Alarcon. As that last foul was called on Haggett, her first.
First free throw by Siggins, no good. And Siggins goes 1 of 2 from the line. This is Phelan left open. No good from 3. Abu Spair tipped it. And we'll see if they overturn this one. Looks like they may.
See if we get a better look here. That's a close one to call, Joe.
Yeah. I had an okay angle. But
A Boost Bear definitely knocked it out. The question was, did she touch it last before it went out of bounds?
yeah, that one was a toss-up. Abu Spair on the drive. Floater won't go. Alarcon had it, but it was tipped away from her and pulled in by the Warriors.
Here's a bucket CSI would love to have, but they just haven't been falling so far early on.
Warriors in front by 5. As we have a 3-second violation called against East Stroudsburg.
It'll be Staten Island basketball.
Nice gift right there given by the Warriors. So a chance for CSI to make this a one-possession game.
Haggett on the wing. And her runner won't go. We saw her try that a couple of times in the last game with some effectiveness. A big opportunity for players like Haggett, Weesey, in the absence of Noemi and Masinge, to get some additional minutes and make an impact. Kick out to the perimeter by Geisler. With it now is Poland. She looked to feed Geisler, and Weesey has another steal. Pass for Phelan.
Travel called.
She stepped on the sideline.
Oh, okay. Thought they'd give the motion for traveling. Weesey looking like an NFL cornerback here on NFL Sunday with that interception of that pass.
We thank everyone who chose to join us today, either above NFL Sunday or alongside their NFL Red Zone. Do you know anybody with just one screen, Nick? I don't. I have at least 6. As that shot won't go, Haggett lost the rebound, and the Warriors have it. Gill kicks out. Jumper by Draghi is good, and the Warriors are back in front by 7.
Big second chance points right there for the Warriors to get that 2. And Draghi makes that bucket to make it now a 7-point game. About 30 seconds to go in the first.
Carollo off the feed from Weesey. Can't get that to go. And that was off the leg of Haggett. It will be Warriors basketball with 27.5 to go in the period. Warriors can hold for the final shot if they choose. Gill brings it up, defended by Abu Spair. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. This is Kringy. Alarcon guarding her closely. Pass goes inside. Heavy traffic shot won't go by Siggins. Second try with the left by Schmiel is good, and that will do it for the first quarter. The Warriors tack on 2 more just ahead of the buzzer, and after 1, East Stroudsburg leads Staten Island 17-8.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, about 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. If you could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials, check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
Start of the second quarter from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins trail 17-8. Big first quarter for Emily Schmiel. She had 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting. In fact, I think she had 12. Our live stats haven't updated that final shot yet, but Schmiel officially with 12. Dolphins will possess it first in quarter number 2. This is Carollo. Up top for Haggett. Haggett finds Weesey. And Weese's pass was tipped. 15 to shoot, still time. This is Abu Spare for Carollo. Shot fake, and she traveled.
That's been a problem for CSI this year, Joe. Issues with turnovers, especially coming via the travel. That's now 4 already in this first half.
Dolphins, as of the last update of our live stats, had 9 turnovers. As that shot will go on the hook by Siggins. And Haggett draws a foul on the runner. So our live stats right now are down.
If you also look at it too, before the last score, it feels like every single one of East Stroudsburg's points have come inside of the paint as well. Realistically, it hasn't seemed as if there's maybe been one mid-range shot that the Warriors have made so far in this game. They have been dominating so far inside the glass.
Haggett picks up a point at the line here. The rebounding battle, as of our last stats update, 9-7 in favor of East Stroudsburg. They're slowly catching up. I don't know if they had an issue at the end of the quarter.
They might have missed that last bucket, if I had to guess.
It looks like they're having a problem here because the score is not right. As that is a turnover for the Warriors. I haven't been summoned yet.
I haven't been summoned either, so.
Well, I think I'd go before you today. Alarcon for Haggett. Haggett finds Weesey. Weesey bounce pass inside. Alarcon double teamed. And she is whistled for a 3-second violation.
Yeah, Alarcon tried to kick that outside for a 3-point potential for Haggett, but was inside the paint too long. And another turnover for CSI here in this first half.
Warriors by 9. Just under 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. He goes into the corner. Kringy can't connect. Rebound was pulled in by Draghi. She kicked it outside. Now Schmiel to the basket, and the finger roll is good.
I mean, you just see it, Joe, how she's getting inside the paint, using her physicality to get inside positioning, and that's just another easy 2 for her. She has really dominated this first half.
And a foul was called on that drive. Once again, Haggett draws the contact.
And you mentioned with Noemi and Masinga out, Dolphins need some spark off of the bench. Haggett had a nice performance against Dominican on Tuesday. Now trying to recreate it here again in this one.
Bounce pass to Alarcon off the feed from the inbounder. And she converts through the contact.
Well, the Dolphins needed a spark early in this game, Joe, and a nice inbound pass play to Alarcon off the feed from Weesey. Puts the Dolphins now back within 9, and a chance to make this a 3-point play.
Dolphins early in this game have been looking for a spark. That might do it. And Alarcon connects on the free throw.
Second look quickly for this inbound. That last 3-point play for Alarcon.
There's good patience on the inbound by Weesey to wait for Alarcon to come open. Well-executed inbounds play as Gill traveled at the other end. So, Nick, I'm going to head over to the stats desk quickly.
So Joe attends to that. A couple substitutions for both sides. This will be a boost bear bringing up the ball for CSI. Should go back to Haggett. Rejoined once again by Joe Foreman. 3-pointer is good. And the Dolphins now made this a 5-point game.
What a shame, Nick. I missed the chance to call the splash. Alexa Carollo from downtown, and the Dolphins are within 5 now.
I'm sure the Dolphins would like to get more opportunities for you.
And answering right back with the mid-range jumper is Draghi. Warriors by 7. Abu Spare guarded closely by Gill, well beyond the arc. This is Carollo for Haggett. No good. And a strong rebound by Schmiel.
Yeah, just when it looked like Alarcon had the perfect positioning on that play, too, for the rebound. Schmiel is somehow able to grab it and didn't really take her much to do it so.
Up top, Gill was left open. Instead, looks to drive. Her bounce pass tipped and stolen. Here comes Abu Spare. She's 1-on-3. Kicks out to Weesey. And now Haggett for Carollo. And Abu Spare on the cut. Following the tip, lays it in.
How about that sequence right there?
The Dolphins will take it. That pass was tipped on its way to the cutting Abu Spare, but she pulled it in and scored. Schmiel triple teamed and finds a cutting Geisler for the easy 2.
Well, if you're getting a triple team, you're bound to find someone that's open for your teammates. And Schmiel finally found one right there for the easy lay-in. It's now a 7-point game as a foul is called on her, though. That'll be her first.
Well, the Dolphins have done a great job drawing contact. Fourth team foul for East Stroudsburg in this quarter. Dolphins have their starters back in now. Rose, Alarcon, Abu Spare, Phelan, and Carollo. Carollo now, defended closely once again by Siggins. This is Phelan. Carollo for 3. And she banks it in. A look of befuddlement on her face as she did it, Nick.
I was befuddled as well, Joe. From where that shot was going, I did not think it was going to bank off. Huge shot for CSI.
That's a deep 2 and an air ball by Vogel. Alarcon hands off to Abu Spare, and the Dolphins will get set in their half-court offense. This is Rose back to the basket for Carollo. Carollo drives the baseline, and she is rejected underneath. Vogel came over to block that shot, and it last touched the Dolphins. It will be Warriors ball.
There's that last bank shot for Carollo to make this now a 4-point game. And you saw, Joe, they bring back Schmiel out of the lineup. She was out for just a couple of seconds, and the Dolphins made it a 4-point game. They immediately brought her right back in.
Warriors work it around the perimeter. Now bounce pass inside. Siggins left open. She's short. Schmiel has the rebound. Can't convert the putback. And that shot was blocked on the attempt by Vogel. Rebound to the Warriors.
3
seconds. A 3-second violation is called once again. What a job defensively by the Dolphins on that sequence. And with that, we will head to a media timeout. 4:57 to go, second quarter. Dolphins trail 25-21.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service. So is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head coach. And he comes in and he's like, we could be a national contending team if you guys work hard. And I heard him and I was like, well, I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals. I decided I wanted it, so I went and grabbed it.
And we are back from the tank with under 5 minutes to play in this first half. Dolphins have worked their way back to within 4 points. In this one, CSI at 1 point trailed by as many as 9.
I believe their largest deficit was 11.
Yeah, the live stats still have the wrong score.
No foul called there, and a turnover forced by the Warriors.
East Stroudsburg feeds Schmiel again, defended by Carollo. Series of fakes results in a miss. And Carollo will head to the line as she draws another foul. That is the 5th team foul on East Stroudsburg.
That will have Maddie Siggins, her first. As you mentioned, the 5th team foul for the Warriors puts CSI now at the line, which 4:30 still to go in this first half. So a lot of chances for the Dolphins to potentially get some free throws and get themselves even closer in this game.
And Carollo can't connect on the first free throw. And the second free throw is good. Carollo, 1 of 2 from the line. The deficit for CSI is 3. Vogel sends it up top. Poland on the wing. Draghi fakes, feeds inside. Draghi back to Draghi on the perimeter. Pull up by Brooke is good. And the Warriors are back in front by 5.
A tough pull-up shot from Brooke Draghi right there, but able to knock that one down and try to stop this Dolphins momentum that they've gotten back into this game. 5-point lead for the Warriors.
Abu Spair for Alarcon, and she is rejected by Schmiel.
Emphatic rejection right there from Schmiel. Keeps the ball in possession of the Dolphins, but looked like Alarcon had an easy 2 underneath the rim.
This is Abu Spair. Tough shot, no good, and she has the offensive board. Phelan traveled.
Tough possession right there from CSI. They were able to get the offensive rebound, but another turnover on a travel once again. Gives the Warriors now the ball once more.
Ball in the corner as Draghi feeds Schmiel. Schmiel kick out for Vogel, who looks to drive. Bounce pass for Schmiel. Lefty hook won't go. And Carollo's defended Schmiel pretty well here in these last few minutes. Carollo now left open. Splash.
Not only has she been defending well, Joe, she's made some big long-range shots for the Dolphins as well. Knocks down another triple, and CSI is now back within 2.
Dolphins have done a really nice job working their way back into this game. That pass was tipped and stolen as the Dolphins force another turnover. Here comes Phelan, and she is swatted by Poland. How about this defense at the rim for both sides?
Yeah, a great play by Poland. That one, I feel as if, Joe, for Phelan, probably needed to wait a little bit to get some numbers back for the Dolphins. They were trailing in that spot, but good thing for CSI is they still get the ball and have a chance to take the lead with a 3-pointer.
Dolphins have 22 to shoot. And as Nick mentioned, a chance to take the lead or perhaps tie it. And I think that would have tied it, but Rose couldn't corral the pass. 10 on the shot clock. Alarcon kick out. Abu Spair for the lead. Splash!
Joe, we haven't seen the Dolphins make a lot of 3-pointers so far this season. It's been a kind of a struggle for them on the young season, but been a nice first half for them these last couple of minutes.
Dolphins with a resurgence here late in this second quarter. Poland, air ball, and Alarcon will let it go. Possession right back to the Dolphins, leading by 1.
The wherewithal of this team, we talked about it. That last game, not a great shooting performance from the Dolphins all around. They have started off this game slow, but have really picked it up, especially in these last 5 minutes.
Abu Spair defended very closely by Draghi. Now Alarcon in the corner. 8 to shoot. Carollo, step back 3. Way too strong.
That one almost hitting the clock above the board.
Ball in the corner now. Draghi looks to drive the baseline, and she was fouled. I thought we had another blocked shot there, but instead, Carollo picks up the personal.
2 free throws are coming here for the Warriors for a chance for them to get back the lead with these 2 free throws upcoming.
And Staten Island's second of the second quarter at the line for Stroudsburg, number 23, Bree Draghi.
That free throw ties the game at 28. And the Warriors go back in front by 1.
And we saw that last game too, Joe. Because of the Dolphins' slow start shooting in that last one, they got down to a really tough deficit, and they weren't really able to come back. This one got into a little bit of a deficit early. Were able to storm the weather and able to get back into this game, now trailing by 1 with just a minute to go.
Dolphins overall shooting just 35%, but they've hit 5 3-pointers. And I was about to mention it before our camera went out during the pregame, as possession will stay with the Dolphins here. And Nick, I'm not sure if you just caught it. Our table just had a power surge.
I did not
The
see
possession arrow went out.
Oh, I see it now,
The display and the possession arrow is out. I just watched it flash, and that'll be the last time we use that, as Abus Bear puts up an air ball. So what I'm going to do, Nick, I'm going to go let them know. You take over for the final 51 seconds, and hopefully I make it back in time for the halftime report.
All right, sounds good. This is Cringy winging up the ball. 42 seconds to go in this first half. This is Poland. Stroudsburg will take a little bit of time. Potentially could get a 2-for-1, but now that chance for that is over. This is now Poland with the ball. Look for somewhere to go. Gives it up to Draghi. Back to Poland. 6 to go on the shot clock. This is Draghi once again. And she traveled. Oh, and it looked like she traveled, but the Dolphins were called for the foul.
Well, Nick, everyone thought she traveled, except for the referee. I didn't see it. I just sat down, but you could tell based on the reaction of the Dolphins and their bench that they thought she had traveled. Anyway, there's no way I was going to make it across the court. I was going to try and send a messenger. That wasn't going to work, so I'll head over following halftime. But
yeah, blocking foul called on Alarcon there. So now a 2-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. So
Fortunately, the Dolphins not in the penalty.
This is Cringy with the lay-in, and she gets it off the glass. 3-point game. 5 seconds to go for CSI. Abus Bear will take the final shot of the half, and it just misses wide right, and that will end the first half with the Warriors leading this one 31-28. But a great resiliency, Joe, from the Dolphins to get back within 11 to make this a one-possession game going into halftime.
No question about it, Nick, and we'll see if Nicole Sarcone heads over to join us, and I can ask her about that Dolphins rally late in the first half. Our score at the break, East Stroudsburg 31, Staten Island 28.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
All right, back here for the halftime report. I'm going to throw it down to my broadcast partner, Joe Foreman, as he's joined by CSI women's basketball head coach, Nicole Sarcone.
All right, thank you, Nick. We're joined courtside by women's basketball head coach Nicole Sarcone. Coach, tough start for the team. They bounced back nicely. Did you like what you saw late in that first half, or are you going to more focus on what happened early in the game in your message to the team?
No, I think we have to stay positive going into the second half. I think our zone worked a little bit. They're big. Emily is very good. She was hurting us a little bit, but we struggled to put the ball in the basket on the offensive end. We have to be more fluid on that side of the floor.
During the pregame, we had, of course, our Go for the Goal read-through. We also had a presentation of a 1,000-point ball for Jenelise Alicon. Talk a bit about the team's partnership with Go for the Goal and, of course, the milestone by Jenelise.
Yeah, no, we've been doing it for years now. It's a great program. I think a lot of people, almost everybody has someone that's affected by cancer, and childhood cancer especially is a tough thing that I don't think any family should have to go through. So I'm happy to partner with them, and thank you to East Stroudsburg for also partnering. And Jen does everything for us. She works her tail off on both ends of the floor, so we've got to get her some more touches in the second half and just put the ball in the basket.
All right, thanks, Coach. Best of luck in the second half. Women's basketball head coach Nicole Sarcone joining us for our TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. Nick, back to you.
All right, thank you, Joe, and thank you, CSI women's basketball head coach Nicole Sarcone. A 31-28 deficit for her team going into halftime, but the Dolphins finding their way back from an 11-point deficit to now make this a 3-point game. We head to halftime with the score, East Stroudsburg 31, CSI 28. We'll be right back in a few minutes for our halftime report.
CSI Dance Team.
Basketball has a special place in my heart because of the experiences it has given me and the purpose I have found along the way. Basketball taught me that success doesn't require perfection. Rather, I should pursue excellence in everything that I do. Basketball has led me on a journey where I've accumulated numerous life lessons to value relationships, practice integrity, and demonstrate commitment. I've learned to welcome mistakes and not only accept adversity, but embrace it. It has the unique effect of eliciting talents in someone which would have otherwise lain dormant. It is something that builds character, an element that is essential to a player's growth and development. You sometimes wonder if all the mornings and late nights are really worth it. Then you look to your left and right, and you see your teammates beside you, and you know you're not alone. And it's comforting. When you're part of a team, there's a special joy in playing for something bigger than yourself. Basketball taught me how to embrace a community. Like music, it brings people together. When you make contributions to your team, your program, it's a rewarding feeling knowing the impact you have on the larger community. When you observe how much it inspires the people around you.
Dear basketball, I was only a few months old when I took my first photograph with a ball on my lap. From that moment on, you never left me. Growing up in a small village in upstate New York, 2 miles from the Canadian border, you were my constant go-to for fun and entertainment. No matter if there was 3 feet of snow or the sun was scorching hot, I always found a way to be with you as you brought me so much joy. As a child, you always had a way of bringing the neighborhood kids together. Every day we would find our way to the circular paved patio I had in my yard with an 8-foot rim nailed to a tree. It wasn't the classiest court to play on, but it worked for us, and it's where my passion for you began. Little did I know you would take my friends and family on a journey of a lifetime. It was from you where I learned to be brave, courageous, and adventurous. That if I stuck with it through my moments of failure, disappointment, and heartache, I could achieve anything I'd put my mind to. Like attending Duke University on a full scholarship where I was able to surround myself in greatness both in the classroom and on the court. It is here where I truly learned how to step out of my comfort zone and discover what I was made of, refusing to let my insecurities and fears hold me back. Gail Gueston-Course and her incredible staff, along with my teammates, gave me a family away from home that I could have never dreamt of as a little girl. The ACC championships, the NCAA tournaments, including the national championship game in 1999, cannot match the friendships and relationships I developed because of basketball. See, I find it to be the relationships that we develop through our sports participation that are in fact the most meaningful and memorable. Basketball, you have given me a life team that I can never repay you for. You have supplied me with a platform that allows me to give back, to inspire, motivate, encourage individuals to go after their passions, to push through their failures and be fearless in stepping out of their comfort zones. It was because of you I was able to start my first company with co-founder Colleen Healy from UConn Women's Basketball called Orca Leadership. Orca standing for opportunity, resilience, contribution, and accountability. All 4 pillars we learned from playing your game. Even further, we were able to start up our own academy called Beyond the Game Academy, helping athletes across the country reach their dreams. I could have never imagined this life, and I have you to thank. Thank you, basketball.
The opportunities that basketball provided for me has been crazy. Being able to travel all over the world, to even a different country, just being able to meet so many different people and build so many different relationships has definitely just opened so many doors for me.
Opportunities that basketball has provided me, just to meet a lot of people, travel a lot of places, around the world and also around the country. It's just, a great experience to make me a more well-rounded person.
Just being able to learn from my teammates, learning really what sacrifice is about, learning about hard work, just being a part of a team, having that support group, having somebody that's there to support you no matter what. It's been great.
Basketball has given me a lot of opportunities. Obviously, just traveling and coming here, this is special. And we went to Spain over the summer, and I'd never been out the country before that, so it was special. And obviously, just giving me a free education. It's a big thing, and I'm glad basketball has been able to do it for me.
It's provided a lot of opportunities, provided me to get a college degree, travel places that I never thought I would travel to, and just meet new people.
I'd say basketball has just provided me with a variety of opportunities. Just the connections that I made in the Purdue community, and kind of just growing as a player and as a person has. I'm definitely blessed and grateful to have all these opportunities.
Dear basketball, since I was a kid, you have always been a way for me to clear my mind of everything going on in life and just have fun playing and competing. You led me to seeing you where I've become a part of a close-knit basketball family. You've let me build relationship with my brothers that not many people get to experience, and these relationships have been able to grow and will certainly last a lifetime. You have taught me that this sport is more than getting the best stats or winning the most games, but it's about enjoying the experience, making a difference in the community, and always competing at my highest level. Through great leadership from Coach K and other coaches, you have given me top-of-the-line resources to learn not only about the game, but about life and being a man of integrity and humility. I would not be the person I am today if it wasn't for you, and I am forever grateful for the lessons you have taught me and the memories that I will have for the rest of my life.
College basketball has provided me with a platform to not only have fun on the court and be around some amazing teammates, but also kind of supplement academics with just another side of the Notre Dame experience, because sports are such an important part of the tradition there, and being a part of the Notre Dame sports tradition in any way is just an incredible honor. It's amazing. Just being here all week, there's just so much recognition for such an amazing sport and such amazing teams that are here, and to be a part of that in any small way is just incredible, and I'm so lucky to be here. Just the value of determination, perseverance, and self-confidence in getting where you want to go in life. I've definitely learned a lot being around a team of such strong, inspiring women, and I can only hope to emulate their talent on the basketball court and other parts of my life. I'm a computer science major in Notre Dame's College of Engineering, and I was really drawn to it because I've always kind of loved math and science, and it's a really fun way to apply problem-solving skills to different situations, especially in today's day and age where technology is becoming such an integral part of society. Just figuring out different ways I can contribute to that. I'm really excited to see where it'll take me in the future. I think just the general mindset of approaching something from how can I solve this in not only the best way but the most efficient way, because there's a big emphasis on that in a lot of my classes, and just kind of seeing how the sports world and the academic world can overlap, even with just the GPS things that we wear during practice to keep track of how hard we're working. Just the technology behind that is super interesting to me also. When I first came to campus, I was hoping to get involved in the women's basketball program in some way, and I applied to be a manager, and I thought that would be an awesome opportunity, super excited. And then I got an email about walk-on tryouts. I'm oh, this would be a great way to go meet other girls, to play pickup with. I had no idea it would lead to any of this, trust me, but I'm so glad it has. And after that, that's how I met some of the women's basketball people and how I got connected to be a team manager for the program. So I started doing that first semester of my freshman year, and then, as you probably know the story, last year with the 4 ACL tears, they just needed another practice player kind of thing. So I turned from a manager to a walk-on and got the opportunity to go in some games, just help the team out any way I could. And that was an incredible ride, obviously ending with the championship last season, which was amazing. And then same thing this year, kind of just some injuries happened and they needed someone to step up. So, I mean, I'm here to be whatever they need me to be, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this program in any way. Kind of going between the manager and walk-on role, I mean, it is a different type of thing I'm doing, but it's still being around the same girls every day and just being around the team. And for me, that was such a valuable thing. And again, like, I guess my passion for basketball and how much I just love the sport kind of made that seem easy. Not really something I thought about a ton, just because every day it wasn't about like what I could do. It was just about kind of getting out and playing the game I love every day and just being around it in any way.
Basketball has given me everything in my life. Like, it's given me a chance to get a college education. You know, it gives my families to take like trips to these cool tournaments we go to. And most importantly, my relationships with the people I've met throughout the years, and Coach Izzo down to my junior high coach, you know, it's provided me with great relationships with teammates and, you know, guys that I'll be talking to for the rest of my life.
Basketball has provided me with just obviously the education portion of it is huge, and also just the relationships I was able to build with my teammates, guys on different teams that go to my school, like the football team and the soccer team. There's also just the relationships that I'm able to build outside of, you know, athletics, and that's just, I believe that's huge, just being able to go and meet new people, especially at a big university like Ohio State, and just kind of get your network around and just see the way different people think and react to things.
I'd say basketball provided me with, I guess, the opportunity just to be around good people and meet people that can help me in life and give me a free education and be able to somewhat set myself up for a better life.
It has offered me opportunity to go to college, to leave my hometown, travel the world, build outstanding relationships and friendships. I'm forever grateful and owe a lot of gratitude to the game of basketball and to God for putting the basketball in my hands. So basketball has really blessed me a lot.
And we are back from the tank for the start of the third quarter between the College of Staten Island and East Stroudsburg University, as the Dolphins very quickly commit their first foul of the half. That was Emily Schmiel inside against Rose, who committed the personal.
Well, we mentioned it in that first half, Joe. Schmiel had 12 points for East Stroudsburg, but we mentioned the good defense of Alexa Carollo. How about holding Schmiel to just that 12 points up until that free throw right there? She had not scored until her last bucket, which seemed like, I believe, at the beginning of that second quarter.
So the third quarter begins with a pair of made free throws, and Schmiel puts the Warriors back up by 5. She has 14 points and 6 rebounds. Alarcon almost lost it there. This is Rose now. Abu Spare on the wing. Kicks out to an open Carollo. Off the mark, Rose with the rebound, and the putback. Count it, and one.
Nice positioning on that rebound from Rose right there, Joe, and was able to draw the foul as well. Big 3 points potential right here for the Dolphins as she gets the and-one.
Rose to the line for one more following the and-one. And Rose completes the three-point play. Here's another look.
Nice rebound right there from Rose. Gets the and-one as well. So the Dolphins initially go for the three-point shot. They get 3 anyway, and now make this once again a 2-point game.
Gill for Vogel up top. Kringy back up top. Vogel as the Warriors work it around the outside. It ends up with Schmiel, and she can't finish.
Good defense from Rose on that play. Schmiel didn't really get enough of that shot.
And Rose can't finish in transition. Rebound to the Warriors.
Chance right there for CSI to tie the game. Good defense from the Warriors.
Vogel. Bounce pass for Schmiel.
I think 3 seconds, Joe.
Yep. 3-second violation on Schmiel. We've seen a couple of those against each side in this game. And it will be Dolphins ball.
Dolphins bench was clamoring for it. And they were able to get the call, so now a chance for them to tie or take the lead on this possession.
Rose. Out to Carollo. Now Rose again on the drive. Kicks out. Abu Spair for Phelan. Phelan with a tough runner, and she is fouled.
Foul number 23, Bree Draghi. Her second, and East Stroudsburg's second of the third quarter. At the line for the Dolphins, number 10, Dana Phelan.
Phelan's first free throw, no good.
Phelan accounted for the first 5 points for the Dolphins to start this game.
She goes 1 of 2 from the line. The Dolphins back to within 1. Thinking about the pull-up there was Draghi. Now on the fadeaway, that is Bree Draghi. And again, East Stroudsburg ahead by 3.
A big shot right there for East Stroudsburg. They needed that one. Good ball passing as well. You know, they were able to make that shot and get a nice look under near the rim.
Abu Spair short on the jumper. Here comes Kringy. Now Gill. Hands off for Draghi. Back up top. Now Schmiel double teamed and unfazed as she hits the turnaround jumper.
That was a tough shot for Schmiel. A good defensive play from Carollo, but just was able to get it over her hand and now make this a 5-point game.
Phelan. Out to Abu Spair. No good. And a travel was called.
Travel in East Stroudsburg. It's Staten Island basketball.
And the Warriors bench is perplexed. Schmiel is perplexed. But that's another turnover, number 13, against the Warriors. Dolphins with 13 as well, as another foul is called against East Stroudsburg.
Well, let's be the judge, Joe. Do we think this is going to be a travel? There's the rebound.
You know what? Perhaps if they say that she established that right foot or left foot, our right, if she established that left foot as the pivot, you'd have to slow it down, but she did move that second foot. The question is whether or not she had already established a pivot foot. Carollo for Alarcon, and she draws the foul. You going to slow it down again? Why not?
Foul number 2, Cohen Gill. Her second, and East Stroudsburg's third, the third quarter.
I don't think she moved the right foot enough. I don't think she had established a pivot foot yet. I think she landed with both feet. I don't think she had established either foot as the pivot yet. But if you decide that she did move that right foot enough, then that's travel. Alarcon, 1 of 2 from the line following the foul. Dolphins within 4 again.
If you look already, Joe, East Stroudsburg already with 3 fouls as there's a turnover forced.
Fouls have been huge, as have turnovers. Here comes Rose, and she draws a foul.
That's now 4. CSI 1 away from the bonus, and still 6:30 to go in this third quarter.
Well, the fouls have played a huge role in this Dolphins comeback. After trailing by double figures in the first half, the Dolphins led very briefly at the end of the first half. And here in the second half, they haven't made the most of their free throws, but they've certainly had chances. That time Rose connects. Free throws 6 and 7 coming up for the Dolphins in the third quarter right here. And Rose goes 2 for 2. And that layup will go for Gill.
Huge bucket right there for East Stroudsburg. They made this a 2-possession game.
Call for the snack stand. If anyone else wants a
We had a final call for the snack stand mid-play. You and I just exchanged a look as the Dolphins could not connect there. Once again, a 4-point lead for East Stroudsburg. Tangled up was Draghi, and she traveled.
So a chance once again, Joe, for the Dolphins to make this a one-possession game.
Dolphins, as I mentioned, took the lead for a short time, have not led since. We'll look to make it a one-possession game on this trip down the floor. Abu Spair picks up her dribble, now Carollo. Carollo drives the baseline, finds Abu Spair open. No good from the corner, but Alarcon pulls in the rebound, goes up, and draws another Warriors foul.
And that will now put the Dolphins in the bonus for the remainder of this third quarter. Still 5:25 to go, but a great offensive rebound from Alarcon to force that foul.
The line for the Dolphins, number 13, General Lee Alarcon.
Alarcon's free throw is good. The Dolphins now within one score. It's a 3-point game. And Genelise goes 2 for 2 from the line. Gill harassed and fouled. Abu Spair picks up the personal. The inbound way too high and stolen by the Dolphins. And Nick, Warriors have gotten really sloppy at times.
Yeah, and also they haven't really been able to capitalize on their last couple of possessions in terms of shooting. So if you're CSI, you've got to take advantage of that and try and potentially tie or take the lead right here.
That's the 5th Warriors turnover in this quarter. The Dolphins have not turned it over yet in the third as Schmiel rebounds the Phelan miss.
Foul called on Rose there.
Third Dolphins team foul. Meanwhile, the Dolphins in this quarter are shooting just 1 of 7. And with that last foul call, we head to immediate timeout. Our score with 4:56 to go in the third. East Stroudsburg 39, Staten Island 37. Under 5 minutes to play, third quarter. And the Dolphins trail by 2 as the Warriors turn it over for the 6th time here in this third quarter.
Another travel called in this game. And once again, Joe, the Dolphins on this possession can tie or take the lead. As I mentioned before, they really need to try to make sure they can capitalize on this possession right here.
Dolphins with a chance to tie or take the lead once again. Phelan for Abu Spair. She's being harassed. Now we see cross court to an open Phelan. No good. And Schmiel has the rebound. Big chance goes by the wayside for the Dolphins as they have another steal. Phelan spins, banks it in, count it, and one.
Well, if you saw on that turnover, Schmiel was looking for somewhere to go with the ball, Joe, and a great defensive play from Carollo to knock it out of her hand. She forces a second chance for the Dolphins, and Phelan with a nice move towards the basket gets the N1 and has a chance to give CSI the lead.
And Phelan puts CSI ahead by a point. Nick, this quarter has been a complete nightmare for the Warriors in terms of turnovers. Dolphins shooting.
There's another one right there.
Dolphins shooting just 2 of 10 in the period, but the Warriors have now turned it over 8 times.
Some might say, Joe, that is a recipe for disaster.
It is incredible if this is still a 1-point game. Abu Spair heaves it across the court. Phelan for Alarcon.
You see, Joe, every single time whoever has the ball, they're double teaming.
Warriors have played great defense. They just haven't been able to protect the ball. Carollo left open. Short. Schmiel has the rebound. And she's able to get it away to Kringy. Inside. A foul is called. Carollo commits the foul in the attempt by Siggins.
Dolphins are looking for a potential block shot right there, but the foul was called. And now a chance for East Stroudsburg to regain the lead. So it looks like the Warriors are taking a timeout.
30-second media timeout.
Media timeout with 3:34 to go in the third. The Dolphins' lead is a single point. Our score, Staten Island 40, East Stroudsburg 39.
Dolphins fans, want to stay connected with everything happening at the College of Staten Island? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Catch all the live streams, exclusive behind-the-scenes tours, the latest episodes of CSI Today Talks, student film showcases, and so much more new programming. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button now at youtube.com/College of Staten Island or scan the QR code on the screen and stay in the loop with everything CSI.
Maddie Siggins to the line here for 2 shots, and the first is good as the score is knotted up at 40.
Yeah, Siggins knocks in that shot now, makes it a tie game. Let's take the lead right here.
Second free throw, no good, and we remain even at 40. Abu Spair will bring it up. Now we see right back to Abu Spair, and that was very nearly a Dolphins giveaway.
Yeah, the Dolphins trying to still figure out, Joe, exactly how to, maintain that double coverage that they've had every single time that whoever has the ball, they're forcing a double team on that ball carrier.
Abu Spair tangled up, lost the ball, and Phelan tracks it down. Now we see for Carollo, 7 to shoot. Alarcon, strong move, and she was fouled before the shot. However, she will head to the line as the Warriors have been in the penalty for about 3 minutes.
Well, if you look, Joe, they were trying to get Alarcon the ball because she had the mismatch with Gill inside under the rim. So she was able to get the ball. You mentioned she got fouled before the shot, but because they're being in the bonus, there'll be 2 free throws coming up for Alarcon, try to give CSI back the lead.
First free throw by Alarcon is good, and the Dolphins are in front by 1. And for the first time in this game, the Dolphins lead by 2. 42-40, Staten Island over East Stroudsburg. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Schmiel had it taken away by Alarcon.
Didn't look like she clearly caught the pass. She was kind of fumbling with it, and Alarcon took advantage.
9 turnovers in the quarter for the Warriors now. Haggett wanted Alarcon, but Schmiel read it perfectly. Siggins.
Another travel.
Again, a travel is called on Draghi. This quarter can't end soon enough if you're the Warriors.
Yeah, considering how nightmarish of a quarter it's been offensively for the Warriors, they're still only within 2. But you mentioned the Dolphins really haven't had the greatest of shooting quarters in this third. The difference of this quarter has been free throws and turnovers so far.
Dolphins shot it poorly earlier in the week. They're shooting sub 30% here this afternoon. Today has been no better in terms of shooting percentage, but they've been getting to the line and have forced a plethora of turnovers as Alarcon can't finish. Tough shot there. 5 to shoot. Phelan. Runner off the window, no good. Alarcon with the board. Alarcon draws the foul.
Curious to see who got that foul call, Joe. And it was Schmiel.
That's just her second personal.
There's definitely someone you would potentially love to get out of this game in terms of foul trouble. It's really harmed the Dolphins, at least in the first half, definitely in this game. Dolphins, for their part, have done a great job defensively forcing these turnovers and have also forced some tough shots for Schmiel as this game has gone along.
Alarcon's free throw is good.
Think about this, Joe. Dolphins are now 11 of 13 in this quarter at the free throw line.
And Alarcon goes 2 for 2.
You mentioned it. It's been a nightmare quarter with the turnovers, the free throws that have been allowed.
The Warriors have not attempted a shot in several minutes as they turn it
turnover.
over again. But the Warriors in the quarter are just 3 of 4 from the field. The Dolphins are 2 of 13.
That's now their 11th turnover of this entire quarter. Dolphins are plus 10 in the quarter on the turnover margin.
Tough.
And she got fouled again.
And Alarcon had a really tough task there to reel that ball in. She did, and drew another foul. If the Warriors just didn't foul, their lead is probably safe, at least in this quarter.
Yeah. We mentioned it at the 6-minute mark. They were already at 4 fouls in the quarter.
Alarcon can't connect on that free throw. And that free throw rolls off, so Alarcon goes 0 of 2 from the line. And that's a big shot by Bree Draghi.
First made three-pointer of the entire quarter, and Draghi, it's a huge one. To put them within 1.
Just like that, the Warriors have a very real opportunity to escape this quarter with the lead.
Right.
Perhaps even finish the quarter even. They're just a -4 on the scoreboard in this quarter. Rose for Abu Spair. 20 on the shot clock. Amber looks and will use the Alarcon screen. Haggett left open. No good, in and out.
Shot CSI would have loved to have had it. And you look at the mismatch underneath. Foul was called, I believe, on Haggett.
I got it. I had to protect the power supply, Nick. That was really close.
That's true.
That was really close.
Schmiel was fouled underneath by Haggett. They were trying to feed Schmiel the ball because she had the mismatch with Haggett. So a chance for East Stroudsburg here, Joe, as we mentioned, despite the rough quarter they've had, chance for them to regain the lead right here with these 2 free throws.
First free throw is good by Schmiel, and now chance to go in front on this next one. And the Warriors take the lead. The quarter 16-14, Staten Island. Dolphins leave themselves some time. They should have a 2-for-1 opportunity to close the quarter. Alarcon traveled, and we'll see if the Warriors look to get a quick shot up here.
It's a big call right there, forcing that turnover on the travel for Alarcon. So as you mentioned, potential 2-for-1 opportunity for the Warriors before this third quarter ends, with them up by 1.
And they will take a quick shot. It is short, but the Warriors have the rebound.
It's almost a miscommunication. Who's going to get that rebound?
Schmiel lays it in, and the Warriors now lead it by a 3 again. That is right where they started this quarter.
Well, once again, Joe, Schmiel had the mismatch underneath with Hagen on her and took advantage of it easily to get the 2.
Abu Spair wanted Rose, and that's a Dolphins turnover. And as the buzzer sounds, the shot will not go for Poland. That will do it for the third quarter. And after the Dolphins briefly led by as many as 4, East Stroudsburg finishes the period on a 7-0 run. They take a 47-44 lead into the fourth.
My dad was a soccer coach and bought this little book bag. I could sit in the book bag, like facing backwards and with like my legs out. So I'd be in his book bag when my dad coaches and the ball's going around. I'm like kicking at the ball in the back. And my dad was like, "We have a prodigy." So he put me into soccer and it just progressed from there. The catalyst was the opportunity to play soccer at a Division II school. On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
Fourth quarter getting underway from the tank with the Dolphins trailing 47-44. Warriors ended that third quarter on a 7-0 run. Boy, Nick, did they need it?
Yeah, they really needed it. And, you know, as Rose goes up with that 2 and it misses. And Boost Bear just stepped on the line trying to keep that one in for CSI. But as you mentioned, the Warriors really needed it. A really rough third quarter, a lot of turnovers, a lot of fouls given up. And to be out of that quarter still with the 3-point lead, they're very grateful to be in the spot.
No doubt about it. And obviously, it was a sloppy quarter for East Stroudsburg. All of that doesn't really matter. They were even in the third, despite the double-digit turnovers and despite only attempting 5 shots.
Yeah.
It's really a testament to their defense. They played great defense minus the fouling. The Dolphins shot a very poor percentage in the third, and as you said, did all of their work from the free throw line. Seven to shoot now. Poland looking. Throws it inside, and the runner off the window is good by Brooke Draghi.
Good cut to the basket right there from Draghi. good outlet pass to get it to Draghi as she cut to the rim. Now puts her team up 5.
And we have another foul called on the inside.
That was on Geisler.
The Knicks, or I should say, the Dolphins, not the Knicks, have become almost fully dependent right now on foul calls. I'll have to take a look at how many made field goals they have in this game. Just 11. They have 44 points on 11 made field goals. This is Carollo for Rose. Rose, aggressive move to the rim, and she was blocked by Draghi. Rose was also last to touch it, and it will be Warriors ball.
Yeah, the defense has been phenomenal in this game for the Warriors, and you saw right there, nice block shot on Rose, and then Rose was the last one to touch it, so East Stroudsburg can extend their lead right here, already up 5, but right on point, another turnover.
Whatever team can clean up the self-inflicted mistakes quicker will put themselves in a really good position to win this one. The Warriors, obviously, with a 5-point lead, have the advantage right now. Early on, the Dolphins were struggling with turnovers as well. They have not yet solved their shooting woes. They have cleaned up the turnovers a bit. This is Alarcon for Phelan. Splash.
Well, Joe, did they need that bucket right there from Phelan? Huge three-pointer, back to a 2-point game.
That is a really big basket for Dana Phelan. And again, the Warriors almost threw it away. Poland made the save. 10 to shoot now. Poland back to the basket, defended by Phelan. And Draghi traveled.
Another turnover forced. There's a last look at that last three-pointer made by Phelan. A huge shot for CSI. And, you know, tell me if you heard this one before, Joe. The Dolphins on this possession have a chance to tie or take the lead.
Big opportunity here for CSI. This is Abu Spair for Rose on the wing, 20 to shoot. Carollo, top of the arc, finds Phelan.
They're trying to feed Alarcon the ball.
She's one-on-one. Back out to Carollo. 8 on the shot clock. Alarcon goes to work. Pass for Abu Spair, too low. And they had the look, Nick.
Yeah, they were trying to feed Alarcon the ball with no size underneath the rim. And Abu Spair was cutting towards the rim, but unfortunately the Dolphins were not able to get that pass off. So a crucial turnover.
Just over 7 minutes to play. Dolphins trail by 2. Poland feeds it inside. They immediately double team Geisler, and 3 won't go.
And over the back, called on Geisler.
Kringy couldn't connect from the wing. Geisler picks up the foul, and the Dolphins once again will get it back, trailing by just 2.
2 fouls now already for the Warriors with 7 minutes to go. So, talked about the Dolphins already having a lot of free throws in this game. There's potential they could get some more as this game winds down.
Phelan for Rose. Rose crosses over, attacks the basket. Tough shot goes in
and
off the window, and they wave it off.
Wow, what a tough call right there for CSI. They thought they had the game-time basket with the potential and one, and it goes the other way.
That one hurts for the Dolphins as Rose, with a strong move to the basket, appeared to have the finish. Oh, man, Nick. What do you think?
I don't agree with the call, but that might be biased.
I have no bias. I get paid either way, Nick. I get paid either way. Dolphins still trailing by 2. Gill up top for Vogel, and now this is Kringy on the pull-up. Way off, but the rebound off the glass hit Alarcon, and she drew the foul.
Yeah, that's a rough foul right there for the Warriors to have with Alarcon pretty much right by the baseline and almost going out of bounds. And also give credit on that play, Joe, for Kyra Rose. Good defensive play to force that high-ranging shot from Kringy. And once again, CSI can tie or take the lead.
Abu Spair will bring it up. This is Rose. Out to Abu Spair, who feeds Alarcon. Genelise fouled again.
That's now 4, Joe, in this quarter. They are 1 foul away from being in the bonus for the remainder of regulation.
Nick, if the Warriors don't foul, they should be fine in this game. The Dolphins have feasted from the free throw line, and I know we're just a few days removed from Thanksgiving, but the Dolphins have certainly feasted from the charity stripe today.
Yeah. And we're right around the holidays. The Warriors have certainly gifted some turnovers and some fouls as well.
Man, Nick Durst to be proud of us.
Now, there was a conversation, if you saw, Joe. There was one official pointing towards East Stroudsburg, one official pointing towards CSI. They just conversed. It is CSI basketball on the inbound.
15 on the shot clock. Abu Spair well beyond the arc here. Alarcon sets the screen. Amber on the pull-up. Doesn't get the roll. Alarcon has the board and draws another foul.
And there it is. They are now in the bonus for the remainder of regulation. And you mentioned it. If the Warriors didn't get into this much foul trouble, they would be fine right now in this game. Foul trouble has hurt them mightily. And now CSI can tie it with these 2 free throws.
The Warriors are shooting 53% from the field in this game. The Dolphins are shooting 27%. And right now it is a 1-point game. Free throws favor the Dolphins 23-10. And Alarcon has tied the score from the line. Just under 6 minutes to play. And a timeout is called by East Stroudsburg. With that, we will head to a media break as that timeout becomes a full timeout. 5:42 to go. Score tied at 49.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades. It was my sophomore indoor season. It was the first year with our new head coach. And he comes in and he's like, we could be a national contending team if you guys work hard. And I heard him and I was like, well, I want to be a national champion. I want to be an All-American. And I bought in because he bought into our team. And I qualified to go to indoor nationals. I decided I wanted it, so I went and grabbed it.
.5:42 to play, fourth quarter. Score tied at 49 between East Stroudsburg University and the College of Staten Island. It is Warriors basketball. Inside of 20 on the shot clock, and the runner off the window won't go for Kringy. The Dolphins now have it with a chance to take the lead.
Another good defensive positioning from Kyra Rose, forcing that shot in. CSI can once again regain the lead on this possession right here. Heads up.
And an unwanted souvenir. Michael's got to use his hands there. Let's go. Big Mike's got to be better than that.
Always got to protect the equipment as well while we're over here too.
Protecting the equipment is number one. You and I are second.
That's evident as what's happened at baseball, but that's another story for a different day.
8 to shoot now. Phelan on the drive, gets inside and lays it in for the lead.
Nice job by Phelan right there. Was able to cut to the basket. Easy lay-in bucket for her, and CSI has once again taken the lead.
Dolphins in front, 51-49. Poland hands off to Kringy. Warriors work it around the perimeter. Draghi, bounce pass inside. Geisler can't finish. Carollo with the rebound.
Geisler was looking for a foul call, it looked like. Good defensive play.
High pass pulled in by Alarcon. Carollo had an opening there, thought about the three. Instead, this is Rose back to the basket. And her shot goes down. Dolphins by 4.
Friendly bounce right there for CSI as Rose gets the 2, and now the Dolphins have a 4-point lead.
Rose now with 7. Feed inside. Geisler kicks out. Head fake by Gill. Right back to Geisler, but Alarcon altered the shot. Good defense by Genelise on the inside.
Dolphins' paint presence in this game, Joe, as minutes have gone on, has been really good.
Alarcon for Rose to the basket. And Rose nearly got that to go, but she will head to the line.
There's a Dana Phelan lay-in that gave the Dolphins back the lead. She cuts the basket with ease, and then following that, how about the couple of bounces that Kyra Rose gets on this 2-pointer? CSI now with a 4-point lead, and Rose going to the free throw line trying to extend it.
If the Dolphins do go on to win this game, Nick, the difference will be free throw shooting.
Yep.
But Rose comes up short on the first attempt.
What's the turnover margin as well?
Both teams have quite a few turnovers. The Warriors have 23, the Dolphins 19, but in the second half.
That third quarter alone.
Yeah, in the second half, the Dolphins have had the edge. And Rose goes 1 of 2 from the line.
Previously checking in for Stroudsburg, number 10, number 7, number 11, Izzy Bogo, number 21, Brooke Draghi, and number 42, Caitlin Ridley.
Draghi bounce pass. And a second feed inside, but unable to finish was McGeary. On the floater, that shot won't go for Vogel. Carollo in traffic draws another foul.
Another foul drawn by the Dolphins, and they will once again go to the free throw line. That's 5, Joe.
And the horn was sure to let us know it.
So Izzy Vogel is now out of this game. And Bree Draghi will check back in.
So we will see. It appears that McGeary will be the substitute for Vogel. Schmiel right now on the bench as well. Meanwhile, the first free throw is no good. And Carollo goes 0 for 2 as Alarcon grabs the board. Genelise trapped, heaves it beyond the arc. Phelan for Carollo for 3. No good. And Rose has another offensive board and the putback.
Huge second chance opportunities right there for CSI. 2 offensive rebounds. Rose gets the second one again and was able to get the 2. And the Dolphins now extend their lead to 7.
How about the Dolphins? 14 offensive rebounds as we have another travel by the Warriors.
Another costly turnover for East Stroudsburg that has really plagued them in this game. As we get a second look, here's the 3-point shot. Great offensive rebound from Rose. Gets the 2. 7-point lead for CSI, and they'll look to extend it once again here.
What an effort on the offensive glass for the Dolphins. Rose out to Phelan. Bounce pass to Alarcon. Genelise in traffic throws up a wild shot, and Rose has another putback.
Kyra Rose once again with another offensive rebound, and she gets another easy lay-in, and the Dolphins now are up 9, their largest lead of the game.
Rose has been huge down the stretch as another 3-second violation goes against the Warriors.
It seems as if everything is turning wrong for the Warriors in these last few minutes. Dolphins getting a bunch of second chance opportunities. They're forcing turnovers, and now they have a chance to make this a double-digit lead with 2:20 to go in regulation.
And Nick, the Dolphins 5 of 10 from the field to go along with 3 of 6 from the line in this fourth quarter. The Warriors have not attempted a free throw and are just 1 of 8 from the field.
And jump ball.
Possession arrow favors East Stroudsburg, and that's huge.
Now, Joe, I'm also looking at foul trouble for the Warriors in this game. Gill has 3. Draghi has 3. Cringy has 3 as well. We already saw Vogel foul out of this game, so that's something to note as the remaining 2:07 happens.
Also to note, Nick, Emily Schmiel still on the bench. Has 20 points in the game, has not played these last few minutes.
Yeah.
And a foul was called on the Dolphins.
She has 2 fouls, but you have to wonder maybe if something is lingering with her right now in terms of injury.
So, Nick, if the Dolphins hold on, who comes over?
That is a great question. Might have to be Kyra for her performance here in the last few minutes.
And Draghi with something to say about that. It's now a 7-point game under 2 minutes to play.
And Dolphins will take a timeout.
That's a good timeout. Dolphins leading by 3 possessions now, and that is key late in the game. A 3-possession cushion gives you the opportunity to utilize the clock without having to worry too much about scoring again. That being said, I think one more basket may put this game away if you're CSI, assuming, of course, you don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, CSI has done a tremendous job here in the fourth quarter, Joe. You know, getting these second chance opportunities, forcing these turnovers in the quarter. The turnover margin is still the same, but it's been a huge reason why CSI is taking the lead in terms of their forcing those second chance points. And now, if you are the Warriors coming into this spot, you need a good, strong defensive plan right here, and then get a quick shot up to try to get back into this game. 16 points in this game for the Dolphins in terms of second chance.
Phelan quickly doubled. Now Abu Spair pressured near the half-court line. Gets it to Rose. 10 to shoot. Kyra lost it. Dolphins turn it over. Here come the Warriors. They still have time as long as they score. Gill cross court. Siggins on the runner, and she gets it to rattle in.
That was a tough lay-in right there from Siggins to make it. It's now a 5-point game.
Now the Dolphins do need to be concerned with getting a basket here. Feed for Rose was tipped, nearly stolen. Good hands by Abu Spair to re-secure it. 12 on the shot clock. Abu Spair into the corner. Phelan. Splash!
Phelan knocks down another triple. Looking to put an exclamation point on what could be a great come-from-behind win for CSI.
And the layup is good by McGeary. She got it to go very quickly. That's what the Warriors needed.
And quick timeout called by the Warriors as well.
It is a 2-possession game, so East Stroudsburg still very much alive. However, they will need either a stop or a turnover in this spot. Certainly will have to foul, I think, if the Dolphins cross half court. You can't leave yourself with 12 seconds. So you would think if they don't get the quick turnover, they are going to foul. And how fitting, Nick. The Dolphins will have a chance to close it out from the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a huge reason why they're in this spot to begin with. Their free throw shooting, forcing a lot of fouls in this game, and now a chance to end this game at the free throw line. But if you're CSI, obviously you want to make these free throws, put this game on ice, and secure this big victory. So let's see if they're able to do so. The big question is going to be, Joe, who do the Dolphins want to send to the free throw line in this spot to potentially ice this game?
That's the right question, Nick. The Dolphins likely will have their choice if they can diagram something to get the ball where they want it on the inbound. And we will see who it is that the Dolphins will look to send to the free throw line. However, I can give you the free throw numbers for the Dolphins and perhaps gain some insight into who it may be. So far this season, of the Dolphins who have attempted a fair number of free throws, that being 30-plus, Jennalise Alarcon, far and away the best free throw shooter.
I was going to say, I have a feeling.
You didn't need the stats for that.
Yeah, I had a feeling you're going to want to give it to your best player in Alarcon, so expect her to get the ball on this inbound and try to get some free throws up to give CSI a potential win.
The inbound does go to Jennalise, now Phelan.
Don't
Bounce
foul
pass
still.
for Rose, and they foul Rose. I think that was a matter of getting the ball handler away from the sideline.
First, at the line, the Dolphins number 4, Kyra Rose.
Rose is short on the free throw. So, Nick, I think one free throw probably puts this game away and makes it a 3-score game. I think that would just about do it.
Rose is 4 of 6 from the line tonight. They could really use a 5th free throw right here.
And they don't get it. And the Warriors will call timeout. So the Warriors now
That's
down
just
to
what they
1.
needed.
Yeah, they needed that for sure. But if Rose had made it a 7-point game, I think you're at that point where the Warriors would be in need of a basket instantly.
Yeah.
No time to waste. I don't think you need a 3 yet. But had they been down 7, I think we would have seen them try for the 3. Down just 6. I don't think you have to have the 3 on this possession. It would certainly be nice.
Well, think about this, Joe. For the Warriors, they have only shot 5 3-pointers in this game. They have made just 1 3-pointer as well. So they have not really attempted a lot of threes in this game. I think another question is to note is who potentially gets that shot if they want to go for a 3-pointer to make this a 3-point game.
Coming into the game, Nick, the Warriors had made just 12 threes all season. 12 of 49. They are not an outside shooting team. And they're looking for a 3 here. Good defense by Phelan. And she commits the foul, but the Dolphins are okay with that. That's just the 3rd team foul.
Yep. A lot of time taken off the clock as well. So now 29 seconds to go for East Stroudsburg. They really need a quick shot here.
This is Gill. 20 on the shot clock, 25 to go in the game. Draghi looking inside, lost her footing. Now Gill, double teamed, right back to Draghi.
They got to get a shot up, Joe.
They sure do, and Draghi is rejected. Alarcon with the block. Abu Spare has it, and she will lob it ahead to Genelise. The Warriors will not foul, and the Dolphins will hold on for a 6-point win as CSI defeats East Stroudsburg University 61-55.
It seems improbable, Joe. The Dolphins didn't really have their best shooting performance at all today, and yet they were still able to come out on top with the victory. The turnovers played a huge part in this game, as well as free throw shooting. The 2 big difference makers of this game for CSI. They're able to pull out what maybe could be considered to be a very stunning win, considering they were down 11 points early on.
Big win for the Dolphins as they knock off the Warriors. Coming up next, our TLC Physical Therapy post-game report. Our player of the game is Dana Phelan. She will join me courtside in just a few moments.
All right, we're back for our TLC Physical Therapy post-game report as my broadcast partner Joe Former is about to be joined on court with our TLC Physical Player of the Game, Dana Phelan. Take it away, Joe.
All right, thank you, Nick. We're joined by our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Dana Phelan. And Dana, your team fell behind early, did a good job to come from behind and ultimately take the win. How did you manage to do it?
I think that we didn't let anything get in our heads. We were not losing that game, and we stayed together as a team, focused on defense, and then our offense just came to us.
And down the stretch, a huge fourth quarter. You obviously hit some big shots down the stretch. How did you band together and close it out, specifically you knocking down some big shots?
I just had confidence in my shot, and yeah, that's it.
Confidence is key. Thank you, Dana, our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Dana Phelan. Nick, back to you.
All right, Joe, thank you, and thank you once again to Dana Phelan. Confidence is definitely key, Joe, as the Dolphins definitely feel confident after that 61-55 win over East Stroudsburg. A game, as we mentioned, a slow start for CSI. It looked like the Warriors early on in this game were going to, control the inside of the interior paint, but CSI's defense really played big as this game went along. They made it a 3-point game before halftime, eventually took the lead at 1 point before halftime, and of course in that third quarter, 11 turnovers forced in that third quarter, as well as going to the free throw line a bunch of times. They come back, and as you mentioned with Dana, a huge three-pointer down the stretch in this game, and she and the Dolphins get a huge, big win to get back in the winning ways.
Well, the Dolphins have to be very pleased with their performance late in this game. There are some things to clean up, but in that fourth quarter, they did what they needed to do. They struggled shooting earlier in the game. They did benefit from a very high number of free throw attempts. That certainly does not hurt, but in the fourth quarter, they shot it better than they had all game long, and that was the difference down the stretch. The Warriors were plagued by turnover issues for much of the game, and Nick, they simply couldn't stop fouling. That allowed the Dolphins to stay close. Once CSI found their stroke from the field and was a bit more efficient, they kind of ran away with that game in the fourth quarter. Keep in mind that at the end of 3, they were trailing by 3. They go on to win by 6. Not a bad fourth quarter at +9.
Yeah, and, thinking about, as I mentioned, being down 11, you could easily think to yourself, oh, man, here we go again. We're having a rough start like we did against Dominican on Tuesday. That game really fell away from the Dolphins as it went into the second half, and they never gave up in this game. Able to fight their way back, took the lead before halftime, and were able to get back the lead, then took it back in the third quarter as well, getting those turnovers and free throws forced, and some big clutch shots down the stretch. Really helps the Dolphins get this win. It gives them some momentum going into the next couple of games.
So the Dolphins, next time they take the floor here at home, it will be for conference play, that conference doubleheader right here on CSI Sportsnet. We will have the call of that game on Friday night. They do have an exhibition coming up on Tuesday at Fairfield University. However, our next broadcast right back here at the Tank on Friday night. And Nick, we always look forward to some conference basketball. The Dolphins face the Wildcats in a rematch of the ECC Championship semifinal from a couple of years ago. Be sure to catch that game here on Sportsnet.
The first of 2 that night.
The first of 2. Then on Sunday, we are not sure who will be on the call for that game, but the Dolphins do take on D'Youville University. That Sunday doubleheader, notoriously tough to staff, so you and I manned up on stats. We'll see what next Sunday brings, but until Friday, this has been Joe Foreman alongside Nicholas Bavona for CSI Sportsnet. Our final score, the Dolphins 61 and the Warriors 55.